Bye-bye.
If there is any proof statistics never tell the whole story, then Katie Welsh is it. The Langley woman was the first child in Canada to get a heart transplant 26 years ago.
I think that my parents were hoping it would prolong my life for a bit. I don't think in a million years any of us thought this far out of my transplant I would be doing and feeling so well.
Doctors in BC had said there was no hope, but her parents went to Pittsburgh for a second opinion, and the 7-year-old got a new heart, only 3 years after the world's first successful pediatric heart transplant. No one would have dared predict a future that now includes a career, marriage, and most importantly for Katie, a child. Pregnancy would have been very risky for her and the baby with Katie's harsh regimen of drugs. It was devastating news until a friend came forward as a surrogate. Charlie was born last spring.
It was really emotional. It's the best moment of my life.
A lot has changed since Katie's heart transplant, and in these past 26 years, what seems like science fiction has become a reality.
Does it feel the same as a regular kidney?
At the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine, scientists are working on engineering more than 30 different human tissues and organs. This kidney has been stripped of all its cells. Now researchers are trying to figure out how to reseed it with new cells.
The final goal is to provide for the patient the opportunity to have a new organ created with his or her own cells.
Down the hall, a demonstration of a bio-skin printer using a prosthetic arm. Initial testing shows it reduces healing time for burn wounds by half.
What we're doing is directly applying the cells to the wound area and then letting them self-assemble and cover that wound.
And then there's 3D printing using inkjet technology. This is part of a finger joint. Right now, scientists are only able to print prototypes or scaffolds made from biomaterials.
The printer back here in the backstage, that's actually.
But bioengineered valves, vessels, and even a bladder have successfully been transplanted in humans. And though we are still years away from being able to print a fully functioning organ using cells from a recipient, researchers are confident it's coming.
Kidneys, it was printed earlier today.
The day we will be able to produce, for example, a kidney or a heart or a liver from patients' own cells, that will allow us to do transplant without immunosuppression.
It's the future of modern transplant medicine, and there's cutting-edge research in Canada too. In the experimental medicine lab at Sick Kids, Dr. Martin Post's team is figuring out how to engineer lung tissue to replace damaged parts.
I would never have said maybe 20 years ago when I started a career in science and in lung biology that this will be something what we will do now today.
That's your best.
So maybe one day it will just be a given that those who are in desperate need of an organ transplant will be cured of their life-threatening disease.
How about this best?
For Katie Welsh, every day is a celebration of the full circle of her life that all started with the amazing gift of life.
Every morning I wake up and I really do think like, wow, like it's another day, 26 years later. Like, it's pretty awesome.
Elaine Young, Global News.